Stop playing Padel until you see this AI trap. The local club pro is becoming a ghost. In 2026, if the AI says your backhand is broken, a human being cannot argue with the math. You think you're stepping onto a blue turf court for a friendly game of doubles, but the reality is much more clinical. The glass walls of a padel court aren't there to keep the ball in. They are there to keep you inside a $4 billion data trap. Every smash you hit, every step you take, and every tactical error you make is being harvested in real time. The sport of padel has successfully moved from a physical activity to a digital panopticon. Data is the new oil, and you are the well. By January 2026, the industry has shifted from selling court time to selling insights. Investors are pouring capital into smart courts because your biomechanics are worth more than your membership fee. Stop playing padel until you understand the invisible machine watching your every move. The data engine. To understand why your local club is being outfitted with 4K cameras, you have to look at the Agassi Intelligence rollout of 2026. This isn't just a basic replay system for your social media clips. Through a multi-year partnership between IBM and Agassi Sports Entertainment, the court has become a supercomputer. Using IBM's Watson-X.IO, these courts perform real-time skeletal tracking. The system doesn't just see a person, it sees joint angles, torso rotation, and center of gravity shifts. It calculates the geometry of retention in milliseconds. In traditional sports, a coach uses intuition. They say, "You seem late on the ball." The AI doesn't use seem. It knows you were exactly 14 milliseconds late. It knows your carbon fiber racket hit the ball at an angle of 4.2 degrees off the optimal plane. Even the high-frequency pop of the ball, measured at exactly 91 decibels, is analyzed for impact quality. This is the mechanism of objective truth. Human eyes are limited by a frame rate of about 60 Hz. The smart court cameras are capturing you in 4K at 120 frames per second. The AI can predict your next shot before you even swing based on your hip orientation. By tracking tactical heat maps, the system identifies that you hit to the middle on 82% of high lobs. You aren't just playing a game, you're training an algorithm that will eventually be sold back to you. Monetizing the amateur. The business model of the smart club is a masterpiece of financial engineering. Traditional clubs are stagnant. They rely on the rent of physical space. But a smart club like those being scaled by Padel House or Reserve Padel has unlocked revenue stacking. In 2026, these tech-enabled venues are earning a 30% higher income delta than traditional courts. They achieve this by putting your own performance behind a digital paywall. Access to your full match data and skeletal analysis is locked behind a $50 monthly pro subscription. If you want that viral highlight reel for Instagram, you have to use the Tag Me system. The AI automatically cuts the clip, adds the score overlay, and charges you a fee to download your own memories. But the real money is in the virtual coaching upsell. The second you walk off the court, your phone buzzes. The AI has identified a specific mechanical weakness in your backhand volley. It immediately offers a 10-minute digital tutorial or a discounted session with a human instructor. It is a perfectly timed psychological hook. The system creates the problem, identifying your flaws, and then sells you the cure. By early 2026, 92% of players who try AI tracking once become recurring data subscribers. The court is no longer just a place to play, it is a high-conversion sales funnel. The death of intuition. The legendary figure of the club pro is facing an existential crisis. For 50 years, the coach was the final authority on the court. Now, the authority is Padel GPT. Advanced AI coaching platforms now provide a match scorecard that is mathematically indisputable. If the human coach says you played well, but the AI gives you a 4.2 rating, the players are choosing the math. Using Dartfish and Skylab systems, amateurs are now overlaying their movements with professional players in real time. They can see the exact 12-degree difference in their shoulder tilt compared to a pro like Arturo Coelho. The human coach's role has been demoted from instructor to data interpreter. They are no longer teaching you how to play, they are reading you a printout of what the computer already knows. In 2026, the Agassi Intelligence platform is providing professional-grade coaching to anyone with a smartphone. The gut feeling that built the sport in Acapulco is being surgically removed. Everything is being optimized for the digital athletic identity. Amateurs are now using these AI-verified ratings as a digital resume. You don't tell people you're a good player anymore. You show them your smart score. And if your score is too low, the top-tier clubs in Miami or NYC might not even let you book a court during peak hours. The privacy paradox. But while you're chasing a higher smart score, you're ignoring the shadow data layer. There are currently 35 million Padel players globally, and almost every one of them is being tracked by the Playtomic digital backbone. Playtomic isn't just a booking app, it is the Google of Padel. They own the transaction history, the social connections, and the play habits of an entire demographic. By late 2025, a wave of biometric litigation began hitting the industry. In a series of landmark lawsuits similar to the Illinois BIPA cases, players are suing for biometric harvesting. They're realizing that their facial geometries and skeletal structures are being stored on private servers without explicit consent for commercialization. A conflict is brewing between the physical clubs and the digital platforms. Whoever owns the data owns the customer's future behavior. If Playtomic knows you buy a specific brand of bull paddle racket every 6 months, they can manipulate the market before you even feel the need to buy. Your biometrics are being used to train AI models that will eventually replace human staff entirely. The smart court is a box of 4K surveillance, and once you sign the terms and conditions to see your highlights, you have sold your athletic soul to the $4 billion machine. The final conclusion: the land grab of 2026 isn't just about real estate, it is about the permanent colonization of our physical movements. With 77,000 courts and a relentless 92% addiction rate, Padel has built the perfect cage. The sport is now a clinical laboratory where human error is a bug to be fixed by a subscription. As the sport pushes for the 2032 Brisbane Olympics, the digital panopticon will only grow. The backyard mistake of Enrique Corcuera has evolved into a global surveillance grid. It didn't happen because we wanted better sports. It happened because investors wanted a 30% higher profit margin. So the next time you step onto that blue turf, look up at the cameras. They aren't just filming your game, they are calculating your value. And in the $4 billion world of Padel, you are worth exactly the data you generate. The game is no longer played on the court, it is played in the cloud, and the algorithm has already won.